All right, we're gonna start. Basically, we're gonna roast 400 grams of green coffee beans into the using artisan and utilizing the Skywalker roaster. Um, so with this roaster, I can roast up to 450 grams, like actually 500. But I typically roast about 400 grams. So I got 400 grams over here. I already weighed it. So we're gonna go through the process of um, using Artisan and Skywalker. So let me switch screens over here. So I got the Artisan already connected to the roaster. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do, you want to start by you want to start preheating, your unit. So we're gonna go ahead and click start over here. So I'm gonna increase my I'm gonna start my drum. Okay, and I'm gonna start my heater. I'm gonna go to 80%. Then my fan, maybe my fan, I'm gonna keep it at 35. It's fine. So basically right now what this thing is doing is basically we're just gonna roast, and basically we're gonna heat the unit, the roaster to not sure what I have over here, if I have Celsius or Fahrenheit. Let's see here, 26 PT, that must be actually, let me connect with Artisan. I can connect to Artisan to this with this unit also from my phone. Okay, so basically we're heating the unit. As you can see right now, we're heating the unit. Um, so we're gonna heat it to 200. Yeah. So okay, so basically right now we're just heating the unit. I mean, warming up the unit. Um, Let me show you. Warming up the unit. As you can see over here, you know, the burners are on. So right now the temperature it's 53, right? So hmm. So right now I have the heater at 80%. So let me go a little bit more. So let me so we're gonna go to maybe 85%. Yeah, so basically we want to warm up the machine to 200 Celsius, and then at that point we're gonna charge our beans and start roasting. So like I said, right now I have about 400 grams um, of coffee. So you can see right now the drum temperature is increasing, right? So it's a 93 Celsius right now. So basically we're gonna wait until it reaches 200, and then at that point, once it reaches basically, you see right now it's increasing temperature. So right now over here it's 108. We're gonna warm up this to 200 Celsius, and then once we get to that temperature, I'm gonna log it and I'm gonna select charge, and basically at that point, our Artisan is gonna start tracking the temperature of the beans and also the rate of rise. So we are at 127, 129. So it's getting very very close. So okay. So we have Artisan. I know you can. It's a live video. I know you could probably try to later, if you're watching it later, try to skip to the you know to the once it reaches 200 Celsius. So right now we are at 159, 160. So very close, So we're gonna charge the beans right at 200. So it's gonna take some time. So yeah, so for some reason I gotta figure out, but for some reason, the firmware that I flashed to the ESP32, it definitely lets me connect to Artisan. But once I'm connected to Artisan and then I try to switch and go to high beam, it won't let me. It did let me for the very first time. I was able to actually use both, but I'm not sure why I'm not able to do it now. But I'll figure that out later. But anyhow, I'll just show you. I'll show you quickly how to use a high beam. Um, so okay, so basically it's 200. So I'm gonna select charge, and I'm gonna charge my beans right now. I'm gonna select charge, okay, and I'm gonna dump my beans. Okay, so I charged my beans already. So now you see the temperature is dropping. So this is where I charge the bean at 203. It's gonna charge them. Um, it's gonna charge the beans. I charge the beans. Now the temperature is dropping, as you can see. It's gonna hit the turning point at some point. Um, right now you see the rate of rise is minus 73 because it's losing heat, but there's gonna come to a point where it's gonna turn. It's almost getting there. You can see this number over here, minus 37. Keep watching that, because once it becomes positive, that is your turning point. Okay, so right now it's at minus 2017. So it's almost there. It's almost getting to the turning point. There we go. Turning point reach. Perfect. 100. Very good. So basically with roasting, you can see Okay. So you see, this is my rate of rise. It shoot up. I'm gonna start decreasing the burners a little bit right now, but right now it's 17. It's a little bit high, but you see how this is already started to decrease a little bit. I'm gonna help it a little bit, so I'm gonna decrease it just a little bit. So I'm gonna go to 80. So you see, Artisan already detected that I lowered the heat to 80, right? So now let's see. Hopefully, this thing doesn't overshoot too much. I mean, it will overshoot a little bit, but then you can control it, you know. But right now we are at 129. So you can see the curves. Okay. So we're roasting. So my rate of rise, it's somewhat stable right now. So you can see this kind of like estimate your timing. So I want to take this to about 195, like a light medium roast. So it's estimating probably about 7 minutes, but I'm gonna decrease the heat. So it's almost getting to the dry end. Usually at 150, that's when the dry end typically ends. Um, so I'm gonna, let me see here, check the beans. See here. Oh, definitely. Yeah, oh, yeah. So let me log that as the dry end, and I'm gonna lower the heat to 70. So you can see that on high beam I lower the heat after the dry end to about 70%. So now my rate of rise, it's about 14. I still want to decrease that a little bit more. I want to take it to 10. So right now we are about 5 minutes into the roast. We are at 164. So I'm going to decrease it just a little bit more before it gets to the first crack. So these beans usually crack at around 185 or so. So we're gonna wait and see. You can see my curve; it's gradually decreasing, and it's kind of helping me predict it that it's gonna decrease. So this is good. So 172, this is good. I'm gonna decrease it just a little bit more at 175. So we are 174. Gonna slightly decrease it to 175 to 65. Okay, you see I lower it just a little bit. So 177. So my rate of rise, it's at 12. So I wanna develop these beans for at least 1 minute or so. So I gotta keep an eye on this. So right now it's gonna change by 12 degrees every minute. So I think it's still a little bit too high. So I'm gonna drop it to 60 also. Okay, I hear the first crack.
Okay, exactly at 184, like I said before. So I'm gonna log it as a first crack, and I'm gonna decrease it even more. I'm actually gonna go all the way to 50. Okay, and I'm gonna increase my fan also to like 70. Take a little more, 75. I'm gonna drop the heat to even a little bit more. Right now it's at 50. Go to 45. Okay. So like I said, I'm gonna take these beans to 195. Developing time, it's 13.1. That's really good. Um, yeah, I said 195, but I'm probably gonna go a little bit, maybe 198. So it has about a minute and 20 of development. 122. So I'm probably gonna take it to 200. It's all good. So okay, perfect. So let me drop the beans at perfect. I selected drop the beans. Okay, my pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's medium roast for sure, but it's pretty damn good. As you can see, very very easy to use with high beans. You can definitely pair it with high beans. Um, so that's high bean right there. Um, that's it. Pretty straightforward. So some of the things over here, if I wanna kill the drum, let me see if it's gonna let me kill the drum. It does actually, but with high beam, it actually has a protection where it doesn't let you shut down the fan until it reaches 50 Celsius temperature. So, huh? Yeah, another reason why you know I like high beam. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Pretty simple, straightforward. You can see my curve over here, pretty nice. Uh, let me go to my curve over here. Basically, you see, I charge the beans over here. Turning point happened over here. My rate of rise shoot up. I was able to control it nicely. You see how it's decreasing, decreasing, decreasing that all the way. That's exactly what you want. So that's pretty good. So I think the cool end pretty much ended already. Let me see. Oh yeah, they're cool already. So cool end. Okay, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Um, I usually like to blow a fan over here, but that's it. So um, nice curve. I really like it. Hopefully you guys learn something from this. Give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. All right.